Hi guys, Malban here, and I'm going to show you something, well, what I think is really cool. What you see here is an image of a special MAME version. What's special about it you will soon see. You see a lot of vector games in the list right now, and when I press return, the vector game starts, which is not all that surprising. I'm just starting it and doing it full screen. One moment please. Mouse. So this is Sector. I don't know if you know this game or not. Can play it in MAME. I never really played it much, but it's kind of a cool game, I think.
So you've come to take a cell back. You'll have to fight for it.
Holding the camera, I can't really much play it. You can shoot, you can move, and so on. The really cool thing I'm going to show you is if I just pan my camera a little bit, you will see this is my Vectrex with a green overlay. And you might think this is the famous Sector card, but it is not. It's something cool Thomas did. Thomas Santowski, he built a special VecFever card with a serial interface, and the MAME version actually via USB serial interface to the VecFever transports all vector information and uses the Vectrex as a monitor to display actually MAME. And all you actually need is the VecFever and a USB cable. Connect the two, and well, this is what you see. I can still play if I could with one hand. And the next cool thing, which is not really working yet, I have to talk to Arcade Jason about it. Next to it, I've got the 19-inch arcade vector monitor in parallel displaying it, so you can, and this vector monitor is connected to the Vectrex you just saw. So the game is actually playing on my Macintosh, on MAME, displaying on my Vectrex, and simultaneously displaying on a arcade monitor. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole setup. And if the camera would focus, you would see it a little bit clearer, but it doesn't for whatever reason. On the right, obviously, you see the Macintosh. On the complete left, you see the Vectrex, and in the middle, you see the arcade monitor. And all playing parallel the same game. At the moment, the input controls are still on the keyboard or input device of MAME on my Macintosh, but the serial communication between using the USB cable can also transport information back to actually MAME, and the next step will be that you can use actually the Vectrex controls to control MAME on your, well, whatever computer you are playing it on. Excuse me. And I'm going to load a few other games and just show you how, well, awesome they look on your Vectrex. So now my camera is in a fixed position, so that I actually can play a little bit around. You only see the Vectrex at the moment, and this is the actually loader that waits now for a connection to MAME on my computer. And whenever I start a game, well, we can see it there. Okay, now most games are actually, or many games are actually color games, color games certainly do not, well, have the color on the Vectrex, but they are almost all playable if I knew how to play them actually.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Actually, the thing is, I never played them on MAME before, so I don't actually know the controls, and I don't actually know what to do. But well, just so you see it, this is Star Trek and it works. I'm just going to show you a few of the games, and don't expect me to play them well. What else is there? Okay, Tempest looks really good. This is Tempest on your Vectrex. Insert coins. Oh, you actually can play that with the mouse on your... I think that's a little bit easier, playing it with the mouse than with the keyboard. Yes, definitely is easier. What astonished both Thomas and I, how well the Vectrex monitor actually handles most of the stuff. In case of this, these are a few hundred, 200 dots in the middle, the stars that appear there, and it's actually very well playable. I don't know if you see it, it's certainly not colored. It's not flickering too much within the game. Thomas has done a great job at optimizing the vector display routines for this. I'm going to continue to the next game. There are certainly some games which are, well, the newer the games are, the more they flicker. That is, can't be helped. This is Sector, the name giver of the actual Sector card.
So you've come to take a cellar back. You'll have to fight for it.
Approaching defense ring 1. Approaching
I'm playing this with the keyboard, and somehow this is not so easy with the keyboard, because sometimes I think keyboard events are missing within MAME. At least it feels like that. Many of the games are actually, these vector games in MAME, missing some sounds, so I guess the arcade game was a little bit, had a little bit more sound. These are just a few pings and samples. Yeah, I'm going to die, and this is, oh, it's still not game over. How many lives does one have here in this game? A few minutes back I approached the city, but this time I didn't. What else? Just a moment. Let's scroll up to the top. This is actually sort of funny. Thomas and I both looked at asteroids yesterday. This is the arcade asteroids. This is not Thomas asteroids. And in some ways, Thomas asteroids is actually better on the Vectrex, at least, than the original asteroids. There are some, you see this is jumping a little bit, this ship. This is because I can do some more fine-tuning for certain games using the Vectrex joystick, which I'm just not doing right now. I'm just showing off. But this game is, well, what shall I say? Arcade perfect, actually. This is great. Next one. Asteroids Deluxe is here. Well, everyone probably waiting for that one. Battlezone. And if I knew the keys to use within MAME, which is not as easy, I think it's E, D, I and K or something like that. No, I was just in position. Didn't hit it, man. Look at that volcano over there. This is great. So the intensities of the vectors of the lava. And another one you're probably waiting for is Star Wars. Oops. Somehow got to reset here. One moment. You can see this is flickering badly. I don't know how many vectors these are. There are background stars. There is so much writing on it. I think these are well over 1,000 vectors. Vectrex is not capable of displaying that correctly. But actually, in-game, yeah, just trying to see whatever. This looks a bit better. There are several different display routines Thomas did, and some are better with other games than with with others. In game, it's actually quite playable. Out of the game, the text is just destroying the pure Vectrex, as you can see.
Force will be with you. Always.
I wish I could start credits. What do I have to start? Pull trigger to start. Okay, which one is the trigger?
Good 5 standing by.
I think I should use a mouse. Yeah, it's working better. And if it weren't inverse, it would even still be better. Okay, Star Wars 1. It's flickering a little bit, but I think it's actually playable. Very well playable.
Good 5, I'm going in. Use the force loop.
Oh, it has been such a long time since I last played that game.
Luke, trust me.
I trust you.
Yahoo! You're all clear, kid.
Death Star exploding. This, well, is almost more than Vectrex can handle too. But, as I said, I think it's actually playable and awesome to look at on your Vectrex. Well,
I'm hit but not bad.
this is what I was going to show you about last night. Last night I didn't mention, last night Thomas was here. We talked and looked at stuff for about, I don't know, 8 hours. He came at 6 o'clock, left at 2:30, I think, or something like that. We were both very tired by then. But I showed him the vector monitor, he showed me this MAME thing, and yeah, was a good, fun night. Actually, I can't stop playing it right now. If I would, I would end the video, but This is awesome. Yesterday I mostly let Thomas play, and well, he did it quite a lot better than me. But this is actually the first time I play this on my Vectrex, and
Use the
cool.
Force, Luke.
Ah, if that isn't the Death Star again, somehow resurrected. Shield gone. Okay, game over.
Remember, the Force will be with you always.
Oh, now the text comes again. This is the Death Star for the Vectrex. The text. Okay, folks, that's all. Thank you and goodbye. Well, I just decided a little bit aftermath. You still see Star Wars flickering there, but I wanted to show you how the actual cartridge, the VecFever, the new one, looks like. Got it here. Taking it out of my Vectrex. This is the VecFever serial. And if this iPhone would focus, you could see it. Well, the nail clip is not so interesting, I guess. Yeah, this is a USB connection. This goes straight in the USB port of your, well, computer. In my case, my Macintosh. And yeah, well, that's it. What you see here, in case people didn't believe it, the Asteroid Deluxe does not need a VecFever to be played. This is an Asteroid Deluxe cartridge which works on any Vectrex. Okay, now, really, final. Bye.